This is Coach Gino with TackleTrading.com. Welcome, everybody. Have an interesting week coming up in the trading options market. Check out the newsletter that just came out yesterday. Definitely going to be a fun week. Let's jump into this, guys. I have quite a few picks to go over. I'm going to give you a handful of them here. On site, we have the entry marks, the stop loss points, and my personal strategy, which I prefer. You can do any bullish strategy on the bullish team. But let's see what we got out there this week. Start off VMware. Now, I'm not real bullish on the technology sector, but the relative strength of this company, and especially the information industry, the information services, has been bucking the trend of technology. And I think if technology rallies or has a bear rally, I do see not only a possible breakout point here, but if this triggers, I do like the long calls. Again, this one has relative strength going against the trend. Look at the on-balance volume, and the relative strength has been good since the middle of March, which goes completely against what the technology's done. But you see this volume coming in here on the buy days? Look at that. Looks like it's giving you the middle finger, right? It's actually pointing to these white candles, okay? And that's where you see the on-balance coming in. I think there's some big money being committed here. Just my opinion. Check out the option report at TackleTrading.com to see my entry, exit, and my strategy. Next bullish candidate. I love this one. Lockheed Martin. Aerospace has been in demand. Look at this trend since February. Look at that nice long trend, nice long channel. If this continues, and where do I think it'll continue? If I get my trigger right above here, and look at the on-balance volume and RSI. If you would have caught that signal way back in the middle of February, you are a happy camper because it's up almost 40-something points since then. I'm actually going to do long calls and might turn it into a debit spread or even a calendar. So I'm buying some extra time on these calls. But again, I'm waiting for my trigger. Last bull pick. And if you want more, there's a whole bunch on the stock report. But I like how FISV came back and started a bullish trend. Now, again, it was going against the technology sector, but I do like how this pullback came down to the 20-day moving average. But what am I seeing here? A lot of volume right here. Let me put a circle on that. In fact, let me flag the arrow right there. A lot of volume where? On Friday, on an up day. So if I get a confirmation above this candle, again, I like that for a long call or even a diagonal calendar play. Let's jump into our bear team. What do we have for our bear team? Now that we've done the bulls, let's check out the bears. On the bear side of things, let's start with Mylan. Mylan, another NASDAQ stock. What I like about this is the bear rally into resistance right here. First leg down, coming into second leg right there. My trigger will be down in this area for some puts, and I'm definitely going to get confirmation. I want to see the volume drop on the OBV. Second and lastly, I like Home Depot. Why? For the bear side, might be a possible kiss of death right here. Might be a possible kiss of death. Let me bring your attention to, once again, the volume. See the middle finger right there? Doesn't it look like that's what it's doing? I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just feeling like the market's mad at me. But here you go. Big spike on volume on a down candle. A hammer hitting the same resistance. See that on Friday? Let me put a circle there. Now, if this triggers Monday or even Tuesday down in this area, let me put a little line where you can see it. Do you guys see the double bottom I'm putting in there? Do you see that? I'm actually looking at this one right there. If I get confirmation below that with big volume, that would confirm a kiss of death. So what I'm looking at is a lot of volume picking up on Friday on a down candle, on a hammer. Below that, I can see this starting a trend downwards. And my sell signal's already in there with the RSI below 50, on balance volume below its moving average. Finally, another bear pick I think might work out quite well for me is the same thing. We got a lot of resistance up here on Delta Airlines, but you guys see the resistance right there. It hit at 44.66. My trigger would be right below here. Now, personally, I wanted to pick up a bearish play on the airlines because we had an airplane go down, unfortunately. Might be terrorist activity involved, might be inside security breach where there was a bomb, but they're definitely tightening up security. And usually after you get news on airlines, you will get a sell-off, especially if the news picks up. So my trigger is going to be down here where I have this pegged, and I do need some sell volume. I'm not getting any volume here. I do need some sell volume here. The relative strength is definitely there. I just need my confirmation of volume. So my trigger is down here to buy puts, and I'm going to turn it into a diagonal calendar by selling puts. I believe I'm going to buy some puts that are in the money around the 43, 44 area. Check on the site. That's my personal preference. But since it's a pretty cheap stock in the 40s, I'm going to sell the 40s against it short term. So I'm going to be long something about 43, 44, and short. And that's going to be out to like September, maybe even October. But I'm going to be short the 40s near term to bring in an extra 40 cents to hedge it. And stay tuned. We do update our trades quite a bit. Now on the credit spread side, I have plenty of theta. Right now I've got covered calls in Alcoa, Bank of America, the mining ETF, USO, which is oil, natural gas, Gold Corp, GoPro, Fitbit, silver, and UVXY as a portfolio hedge, and great for selling calls against. They're great cash flow products. My theta is positive, my overall account, so I really don't need to do any more credit spreads or covered calls, especially with the market teetering on neutral right now. I want to be careful with that. That's it, guys. Check in daily for my trade adjustments. I also post them on Twitter, Facebook, and certain Google groups. For all you traders out there, have a great trading week. Again, this is Coach G from TackleTrading.com. Get in the game.
The Bulls versus the Bears. Get in the game. www.tackletrading.com